Hi everyone and welcome to Positively Kimmie. I am Kimmie. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space. If you're one of my returning subscribers and my besties. Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday, where I give you my life update about what's going on. And this week we have a lot, so please join me on this journey. I had 2 appointments this week. One was with my hematologist oncologist to find out whether or not I had something called smudge cells that they found on me in December when I was in the hospital for pancreatitis. And the other appointment was with my surgeon to find out if they were going to do surgery to remove my entire pancreas. So the first appointment I had was with my surgeon, and I've never met her before. She's at one of the big hospitals in Manhattan, New York City. I live on Long Island, and she said that I am a candidate for surgery, and that according to her, that I should definitely have this done, but because I'm on pain medication, I've had my neck has hardware in it from C2 all the way down to T2. I have a hip replacement in my right hip. I had a fusion from my L5 to S1. I need hip replacement surgery on the left hip as well. And I've had a lot of surgeries going back from 2002, where I had Whipple surgery for a precancerous pancreatic tumor, to April of 2024, where I had a revision of the Whipple surgery. Now, for those of you who don't know what Whipple surgery is, I did not have a cancer. I had a precancerous tumor, so it wasn't like stage 1, 2, 3, or 4, thank God. And so they did this surgery called Whipple surgery, and it's about an 8-hour surgery. It's very, very invasive. They sat there and they took out, well, they didn't sit there, they were standing for 8 hours, my doctors. They took out 2 feet of my small intestines. They took out my gallbladder, my appendix, part of my stomach, part of my pancreas, and after that surgery, I was sick for almost a full entire year, and then periodically, from then until April 2024, I would get these bouts of pancreatitis or small bowel obstructions, and about every 3 months at the time, I was in the hospital for one of those 2 reasons, the small bowel obstruction and the pancreatitis. After April of 2024, I was good for about a year because they had removed a lot of scar tissue in my stomach, and I was fine. After about a year, ever since then, you guys know if you've been following me for any length of time, almost every other month I ended up in the hospital, or I've ended up in the hospital with pancreatitis and or a small bowel obstruction. But the last 5 times, it was for pancreatitis, and it's very, very painful. If you've never had it, it's extremely painful. They can only give you pain medication. You're not allowed to eat or drink anything while it's going on, and I would be in the hospital anywhere from 3 to about 7 days, depending on how bad my bout of pancreatitis was. So I see a regular surgeon. My surgeon who did my revision of my Whipple retired. He was forced into retirement. And I have this other surgeon that I saw once about a year ago. And she said, well, you're not a candidate for this other surgery where we're going to remove your pancreas, but come back in 6 months. And in 6 months when I came back, I had been hospitalized another 3 times. So she gave me a referral to see the doctor in Manhattan, and when I spoke to her, she said, you definitely need the surgery. You will not get pancreatitis again because you won't have a pancreas, but you will become insulin dependent diabetic. Now, when I was on the phone with her, she told me that the insulin part of being diabetic was in 75% of the cases, but they didn't need a lot of insulin. But 25% of the cases didn't need any at all, because what they do is after they remove your pancreas, there are these little things called islets. I don't know how little they are. They could be this big for all I know, but they sound small. These islets, and they will replant those into my liver to help regulate my sugar and digestion. And I'll have to be on something called Creon, which is I'm on anyway since my Whipple surgery, and it helps you to digest your food and get the nutrients out of your food. So I'll have to be on that for the rest of my life, which I already had to be on, and that's just something as easy as taking a pill before you eat. So that's not a big deal. But they want me off of my pain medication, and I'm on a lot. And I'm so worried about going into withdrawal, and I have a pain doctor, and I need to speak to him about what they're going to do as far as managing my pain from everywhere else, what they're going to do after the surgery. How long do I have to be off of this medication? Is there anything else I can do in the meantime? One of my besties and my auntie, I'm not going to say her name, suggested medical marijuana. Here in New York, where it's legal, so anyone can get it, and I have to talk to my pain doctor about that. But I have so many unanswered questions that I didn't think to ask the doctor when I was speaking to her. So we're going to go definitely forward with the surgery, because I won't end up in the hospital every other month. I had to stop the Manjaro, which has already been stopped. I've managed to keep my weight at 175-ish right about now. So I haven't gained any weight, I haven't lost any more, but I haven't gained any. And we're going to have to go forward with this in order to become healthier and not have a life where I'm in and out of the hospital all the time. So that's the first part. I don't know when the surgery is going to be. I think it's going to depend on when I have to get off my medication and how long it takes to wean me off, and a lot of things that I'm not sure of yet. I still have to, like I said, talk to my pain doctor and then have another conversation with this doctor, because I just was so confused by a lot of it. It's a lot of information to take in. The second thing, I went to my hematologist because when I was in the hospital in December, they found that I had something called smudge cells. Smudge cells are due to inflammation. It could be due to scar tissue. It could also be due to having a type of leukemia, which is what they thought I had. And I went today and saw him, and I am cancer-free. I don't have cancer. I don't have leukemia. I am thrilled beyond belief and cannot wait to tell all of you. And thank you for all your support and kindness and caring and love. I just feel it from you guys, and I really, really appreciate it. So that's what's going on with me now. I spoke to my grandson and my whole family, actually, but I spoke to my grandson, who told me I was beautiful, and he called me Mima Honey Boo Boo Lover Child. I have no idea where he came up with this, but if he wants me to be his boo boo child, that's fine. I just adore him to pieces and have to be around forever for him, and I'm planning on that. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for all your love and support. I really appreciate it. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will be taking you on my journey to have my pancreas removed and keep you up to date on what's going on with that, and hopefully nothing else shows up in the meantime. And in the meantime, be happy, be healthy, be blessed, but most of all, be positively you, because there's no one else quite like you, and that makes me so incredibly happy. You guys rock. Love you.